I can't lie, y'all. I am thoroughly enjoying the Errol Spence and Shawn Porter pre-fight build-up. Seriously, like for real, for real. For so many different reasons. One, Errol Spence is being the usual Errol Spence, but Errol is so nonchalant about everything. Like he's so cool, calm, and collected. Like I fool with Errol Spence because I recognize his energy from anywhere. Seriously, like I knew dudes just like Errol. Dudes that was always cool, quiet, calm, and collected, always to themselves, very reserved, not loud, boisterous people. But when it was time for that action, when it was time to give out that smoke, they gave out nothing but smoke. And Errol Spence is the living embodiment of that. Like that's him. Like he ain't gonna say too much. He ain't gonna have too many antics. He ain't gonna do too much rah rah, all of that. He's just gonna let his hands speak for itself. Like he gonna let his hands speak for themselves. And when it's time for action, the action gonna come. The smoke will be there. I'm a huge fan of Errol Spence, for real, for real. I fool with Errol for so many different reasons, as I've stated in other videos, man. But I think Errol is a very great fighter, man. I think Errol is special. I think he's special. This fight coming up with Shawn Porter, I think that however this fight goes will either ascend Errol's career or keep it right where it is. If not, he has to win this fight for it to stay where it is. But depending on how he wins this fight, if it's in convincing fashion, if it's like some beatdown type stuff, Errol's career will shoot up. Seriously. Because Shawn ain't no slouch. He ain't no joke. He ain't no pushover. I like Shawn. I like Shawn Porter, for real. I think I like him as a person. I think he's a really cool kid, a really cool person. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a really good fighter. I think that Errol Spence he's in a class completely separate from Shawn though. I think he's in a class completely separate from Shawn. Shawn is known to be a roughhouser. Roughhouse guys, he gonna make it a very physical fight. He gonna get in there and bang with you. But I think that Errol Spence is just as big and is bigger and just as strong as Shawn and is willing to bang with him at all costs. Like he don't give a damn. Like he willing to bang with him if that's how he want to fight. However he won't get it is how he's gonna get it. For real, for real. And I think that, and you heard Errol. Errol say, look, I'm gonna throw the whole kitchen sink at him. I'm gonna throw the whole kitchen sink at him, and I don't think I've shown everything that's in my arsenal. So, and I believe Errol when he says that because Errol showed different things, different wrinkles that we hadn't seen before in his fight with Mikey Garcia. He showed different wrinkles that we hadn't seen before. And it looked beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But the banter is funny because K. Diddy, aka Kenny Porter, Shawn Porter's dad, they be all up in the videos and looking like the superstar. Kenny be looking like a superstar. I be like, look at Kenny. Kenny out here with that Beijing on his head, with that little spray paint on his head, that little black mist or whatever you call it, black ice. That boy be up there, man. He be shining bright. Kenny out here talking trash, man, on his son's behalf. And he said like they came to some event, they saw Errol and was like, why you ain't go to your autograph signing in your own hometown? And he was like, Errol ain't really have no comeback because he ain't quick with it. He's not quick with it like that. He not quick like that. He don't have them quick fly responses like that. That ain't in him to be like that. That ain't him. Basically saying like, Errol ain't no quick witted dude. He ain't gonna be having no quick comebacks with back and forth, something like that. He ain't gonna have quick comebacks like that. And they basically, Kenny Porter saying that like they had Errol Spence backed into a corner, like he was backed into a corner and his energy ain't the same as he always say he keep the same energy. So Kenny out here, he talking some stuff, man. He feel like his son can beat Errol Spence Jr. as he should. And Shawn should feel like he can beat Errol Spence. He should feel that way. In my opinion, I think this fight is going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. I think it's going to be a lot more entertaining than what people think. I think it's going to be a tough and rough fight. But I think at the end of the day, I think Errol Spence will outclass Shawn Porter. I think it'll get physical at times, but I think Spence is a bigger guy. I think he's stronger. I think he's just as strong as Shawn, because Shawn is strong as an ox. But I think he's just as strong as Shawn. And I think he's skill for skill, man. I think he's more skilled than Shawn for sure. And Shawn can't fight him from the outside. He can't. He gonna have to make this a rough fight. And I think that'll play right into Errol's hands. I think Errol will like a rough fight like that, you know? Shawn's best bet is to try to box Errol, truthfully. And I still think it won't be enough at that point either. I really don't. But I like Shawn. Shawn has some great wins. Great wins. Beat Adrian Broner back in the day. When Adrian still had a name and Adrian was looked at as like, okay, he took some losses, but he was still looked at as a guy that was a very respectable opponent. He beat Danny Garcia. He beat Danny. Had a great close fight with Keith Thurman. Had a close fight with Ugas, Yordenis Ugas. Some people feel like he lost, but that fight could have went either way. Nonetheless, man, I think Shawn is a very good fighter. I think he's a very good person. I think he got a future in broadcasting outside of the. I think he has a future in broadcasting when his career is done. I think he's very articulate. He gives the articulate answers. I think he gives the PC answers that everybody likes. But I think that Shawn is very well spoken, and I think he's an underrated fighter. Truthfully, people are like, oh, he fights like a football player. He just bulldozes, but he getting the wins for a reason. I think he's a very, very respectable opponent. But I just think Errol Spence is just on a different level, man. I think that dude is the truth, like his nickname says. Side note, what the hell what do Shawn be wearing though, man? Like, I don't know. What do Shawn be wearing? Because that tie, he got that fat old tie he got on. Like, why his tie so big? The tie look like he got it from Foreman Mills. And ain't nothing wrong with shopping at Foreman Mills, because I'm broke and I'll go there for sure. But I'll find one that's not as fat as that tie. But Shawn got some bank in his pocket. His tie shouldn't be that fat. That ain't, Kenny needs to help him out, because Kenny be out here looking fly. He be looking fly than Shawn. But that tie, that ain't cutting it. I'd rather him wore that little green suit that he wore when Errol fought Mikey Garcia, the little St. Patrick's Day suit. I'd rather him wear that than that fat old tie, that fat old necktie. I'm like, why his tie so big, man? I don't know, but I really think that Shawn, like, I like Shawn for real. But I think Errol is too skilled, man. Look what he did to Mikey, man. He made Mikey look like he was a C-class fighter. Had Mikey in survival mode, and Mikey was just happy to have went all 12 rounds. Regardless if you think, oh, he should have stopped him. He didn't stop the lightweight and all. Man, listen, man. Listen. He beat the mess out of Mikey. I don't care what you're talking about. He beat the mess out of Mikey. And Mikey was going into survival mode. He can take a punch. He's tough. He can take a hell of a punch. But at the same time, it's hard to knock out a guy when a guy is like, he wasn't trying to engage like that. He wasn't. Mikey was not trying to engage like that. Seriously. Because he knew he would be in trouble. Because he was getting his head snapped back already and getting neutralized with that jab. But it's entertaining. They got that little show where Abner Mares and Shawn Porter is on. That little boxing show that they got with the young lady that be up there with them. And Errol came on. They had him on a little, like a Skype call or some type of call, satellite call. And she like, glad to have you here. And Errol's like, glad to be here. And I'm like, Errol, stop lying. You tired? You already tired of doing these interviews. You ready to fight? All you care about is fighting. You don't want to talk to no media members. You just want to get in there and get it cracking. You want to give out the smoke. You is not happy to be here. Stop lying. He happy to be here. His tongue drag, like his tongue dragging on it at the bottom of his mouth. Happy to be here. He ain't look. Errol pissed. He already agitated. Errol probably hungry. He ready to eat. He like, damn, I'm ready to fight. When can I fight, dude? So I can go back to eating the good food I was eating before. I'm ready to get it popping. I'm tired. He's tired of the interviews already, and it's only begun. Errol irritated. She asked him how it feel to have a fight out in L.A. Errol looked like he could care less. He don't care at all where the fight. He only would have been happy if the fight was in Texas, in Jerry's world, at Jerry's World. If it ain't in Texas, he ain't fooling with that at all. If it wasn't in Arlington, he ain't fooling with it. He don't care. All that he gave the PC answer about all it's cool to fight there. I ain't fought there in a while. Yada yada yada. Errol don't give a damn about that fight being out there. He only care about it if it was in Texas. That's the only time it would have meant something to him. That's why he loved that fight with Mikey. He brought out his high school band, gave him so much energy because he was back at the crib. If it ain't at the crib for Errol, he don't care. He tired of the interviews. He got agitated during the Mikey Garcia run, but it seemed like now he ready to tell Shawn, shut up talking, shut up. Just shut up. I'm ready to fight. Let's get it popping. Your daddy talking crazy. Your daddy talking cash. He talking cash that his son gonna have to cash for him, and I'm gonna give him that smoke. That's what Errol Spence thinking. Errol looking like your daddy talking crazy. He out his mind. He out here with this Beijing on his head. He out here with that Carlos Boozer oil on his head. That Carlos Boozer spray on his head. He talking crazy. And nah, man. Errol like, man, shut up, Shawn. I'm ready to fight. Shawn, he feel like he can take out Errol, man, as he should. He feels confident in his abilities, and he feel like, look, man, I'm gonna show everybody why you shouldn't underestimate me. Why he's looking to show people why he has a belt. Errol is looking to unify, so he can go on and fight Manny Pacquiao and gain momentum and become the new face of boxing and gain all the star power behind him. And who can blame Errol for that? Go ahead, get your big money fight where you can also bring in new fans. Because I noticed something. The Manny Pacquiao fans, they hate Manny's opponents before they fight. After they fight, and if the guy's a humble guy, they come to respect the fighter, right? Because right now, a lot of Manny Pacquiao fans are throwing hate in Errol Spence's direction, talking down on him on all his highlight videos. He ain't nothing special. He a bum, and he a cherry picker, and he ain't good as y'all say he is, and he don't hit as hard as y'all say he do, and he another hype job. I mean, they talking crazy. I salute y'all loyalty to Manny Pacquiao for sure, but don't be absurd. Errol is not an average fighter. He's not average by any means. He's not a bum. He's not a hype job. And I think that Errol will come to show you all that. But yeah, Errol's a very humble guy. He can talk trash when he time to. Yeah, he's confident in his abilities. And I never get mad at a fighter who has bravado at all. You should. This is a mano sport. Man, one man versus another man. Well, y'all in there delivering blows to each other. Critical blows. So look, bravado gonna be in it, man. That testosterone gonna be in the air. Period. I'm not mad at the bravado, but Errol's a very humble guy, and I think he will gain the respect of Manny Pacquiao fans and gain some fans if he were to gain a lot of fans if he were to defeat Manny Pacquiao for sure. But I think Errol has to win those fights in convincing fashion. When Errol took out Kell Brook, I believe that the world should have been on notice to say that Errol is special. But a lot of people tried to discredit that win and say, you know what? He was coming off that tough fight against Gennady Golovkin. Kell Brook wasn't ready. He got everything taken out of him from that last fight when he got his eye socket broken from Triple G. But he got his other eye socket broken against Errol, and Errol came out to win. And he came and did the damn thing in that man's backyard, which takes a lot of big balls, big cojones. Like, you feel me? It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude. I believe I'm saying that right. It takes a lot of balls to do that, man. And Errol, look, he got balls, man. He got a heart of 2, 3, 4 lions in him, man. That's why I don't believe that talk about him being scared to fight Bud. And even though, like, let me tell you, I recognize Errol Spence's energy. Errol ain't scared of nobody. I've seen dudes like that around my way, dudes I went to school with, dudes I grew up with. They cool, calm, and collected. They don't ask for trouble, but they're not afraid to give out trouble, man. They're not afraid to dish trouble out, man. Errol not scared of that, man. Errol ain't scared of. I don't see fear in Errol at all. I don't see fear in Errol at all. At all. Not at all. You can say what you want to say. I don't see no fear in that man. And Bud know he ain't scared. Bud know Errol ain't scared of him. He know that. It's like Errol pulled up when Crawford, when T Bud, and I fool with Bud the long way. I'm a fan of Bud. I'm a big fan of Bud Crawford. I was talking about Bud before a lot of other people were talking about him. But yeah, when Bud pulled up on Errol wasn't backing down. Bud had his guys with him. Errol still talking. Like, what's up? What's happening, man? Now it was friendly. It was friendly, competitive talks, but at the end of the day, Bud know Errol not scared of him. And Bud not scared of Errol. They know that this is a build-up for this fight. This fight will be built up. And when the clash happens, everybody gonna be happy, man. And I don't think they're gonna be shriveled up and old by the time it happens, for sure. I think it's coming soon. I think Errol got 2 more fights. I think he gonna fight this fight. I think he gonna fight Manny Pacquiao, and then if he gets past those individuals, he's gonna fight Terrence Crawford. That's my opinion. He may take another fight in between there. He may take another fight. Who knows? But I believe that Terrence Crawford is not far away at all. It's gonna get done, man. But I'm excited for this Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter fight, man. This is gonna be a great fight, man. This is gonna be something special. This is gonna be a great fight. But I got Errol Spence Jr. winning this joint because I feel like he's a superior boxer. I feel like the man's just a different breed. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.